A young girl vanished mysteriously for 43 years, then returned, completely unharmed, in a shocking twist. A girl made 11 phone calls at 4 a.m. Then she straight up vanished. A college kid left a party 3-minute walk to his dorm, never made it. A baby went missing for 42 years and was found alive with zero clue who she really was. These are 5 of the most disturbing and straight-up bizarre murder mysteries I've ever dug into. And the one thing they all got in common, not a single one has a real answer. Number 5, The Mystery in the Desert. Adrienne Salinas, 19 years old, college student out in Maricopa County, Arizona. She was low-key obsessed with movies and books, dreaming of becoming a journalist one day. On the night of June 14th, 2013, Adrienne and her roommates threw a party at their apartment. But she wasn't vibing. Her boyfriend Francisco was over there chatting up other girls. Francisco was her first love. They'd been on and off since like 8th grade. Messy history. Around 2:30 a.m., they bounced from the party together to go talk things out at his place. It didn't go well. No makeup, no fix. He drove her back home around 3 a.m., but 30 minutes later, her roommate caught her walking out the door again, overnight bag in hand, dead serious. She hopped in her car, headed back to Francisco's. And this is where everything goes sideways. 3:45 a.m. Tempe PD gets a call about a car swerving all over the road. It was Adrienne. She smashed into the median, blew out both tires, and kept driving anyway. Between 4:10 and 4:45 a.m., she called Francisco 11 times. No answer. Not once. She texted him, "I'm on my way." Then she called a cab. But when the driver pulled up, she was just gone. From that moment on, Adrienne is nowhere. Her dad, Rick, was supposed to see her on Father's Day, June 16th. Couldn't reach her. He drove to Tempe, found her car still sitting at that convenience store. No sign of his daughter. Cops tore through the whole city of Tempe, nada. Almost 2 months later, August 6th, a dude out near Apache Junction spotted vultures circling over his property. He went to check it out and found human remains. DNA confirmed it. That was Adrienne. The desert heat and rain had wrecked almost all the evidence. The autopsy came back inconclusive. Couldn't even determine how she died. But cops were sure about one thing. Somebody moved her body out to that desert. Best theory, some creep saw a young girl alone in a parking lot at the crack of dawn, offered her a ride. Case is still ice cold. Number 4, The Vanishing of Joshua Guimont. November 9th, 2002, St. John's University. He was kicking it at a chill dorm party in Metten Court, playing poker with his boys. He'd had a decent amount to drink, like 7 to 12 beers, but his friends said he wasn't wasted. Then around 11:45 p.m., Josh pulled an Irish exit, just dipped without saying a word. Literally right there. Joshua never made it back. His computer back in his dorm showed somebody was playing music between 11:50 p.m. and 12:30 a.m. Someone was in his room that night. Cops searched the entire campus, sent dive teams into every lake around. First theory, Josh was hammered, crossed the bridge near Stump Lake, slipped, and went under. A month later, bloodhounds tracked Josh's scent to that same bridge. He was there, but if he's not in the water, then somebody took him. And then the case took a dark turn. Someone got into Josh's computer after he went missing. Deleted files, wiped browser history. Did he set up a meet that night? Was someone waiting for him at that bridge? And get this, around the same time Josh disappeared, 3 other young guys vanished from nearby towns. Same age range, same vibe, out partying, drinking. Some turned up drowned, others never found. Period. Coincidence? Or was somebody out there doing this on repeat? Joshua Guimont is still missing to this day. No body, no answers, nothing. Number 3, the Clowes family tragedy. Summer of 1980, Dean and Tina Clowes, young couple with a baby girl named Holly Marie. They packed up and left Florida for Louisville, Texas. Dean was a carpenter, chasing a better life. By October, the whole family just went ghost. January 1981. A dog in the swampy woods north of Houston brought something back to its owner, a human arm. Cops found two bodies near Wallaceville Road. The man had been hogtied, gagged, and beaten to death. The woman was strangled. Both had been dead for months, way too decomposed to ID. They got buried in unmarked graves, known only as the Harris County Does. Dean's family reported them missing, but cops just figured they'd cut ties on purpose. Didn't look into it. Here's the sketchy part. Some weird nomadic religious group returned the Clauses' car to Florida. 41 years later, 2021, forensic genealogy finally put names to those two John Does. It was Dean and Tina Claus. Their families finally knew the truth. But the biggest question was still unanswered. Where was baby Holly? 2022. A straight-up miracle. Holly Marie was found alive in Oklahoma. 42 years old, completely clueless about her real identity. Raised by an adoptive family her whole life. Turns out, when she was a baby, two barefoot women in white robes dropped her off at a church in Arizona, claiming they were part of some religious cult. She lived a totally normal life for 4 decades, never knowing what happened to her real parents. Who killed Dean and Tina? Who were those cult people? Case is still wide open. Number 2, Moosehead Brewery's darkest secret. Richard Oland, part of the Oland dynasty, one of the richest families in all of Canada. They owned Moosehead Brewery, the oldest independently owned brewery in the country. Back in the 80s, Richard lost a nasty power struggle with his older brother Derek over control of the brewery. Got pushed out, so he said bet. Built his own empire. By 2011, dude was worth nearly $37 million. Morning of July 7th, 2011, Richard's assistant found him face down in his office. Blood everywhere soaked through the floor, dripping down to the ceiling of the office below. Richard took 45 blows to the head, neck, and hands. Defensive wounds showed he fought like hell. A veteran cop said it was hands down the most savage crime scene of his entire career. No murder weapon, no obvious suspect. But this kind of overkill, that's personal. So the cops zeroed in on Dennis Oland Richard's only son. On Dennis's jacket, forensics found 4 blood spots so tiny you couldn't even see them with the naked eye. DNA matched Richard. Dennis got cuffed. The 2015 trial ran for 65 days, the longest and most expensive trial in New Brunswick history. Every skeleton in the family closet got dragged out affairs, grudges, years of bad blood. December 2015, Dennis was found guilty of second-degree murder. Life sentence. But less than a year later, the conviction got tossed. Appeals court said the jury got bunk instructions. July 2019, retrial by judge alone. Dennis walked, not guilty. New witnesses came forward about weird noises and some unidentified dude leaving the scene. Number 1, the case of Christine Jessup. October 3rd, 1984, Queensville, Ontario, Canada. Christine Jessup, 9 years old, was left home alone while her mom and brother went to visit her dad in jail. She was too young to go inside a detention facility. The family thought leaving her home was the safer call. That was the last time anyone ever saw Christine alive. When her mom and brother got back, Christine was gone. The whole town flipped. Search parties everywhere. 3 months? Not a single trace. Then came New Year's Eve, 1984. Hundreds of volunteers and cops swept a 30-square-mile area near Newmarket. Christine's body was found in a desolate farmer's field in Sunderland, 30 miles from home. She had been sexually assaulted and stabbed to death. The whole community was gutted. They needed someone to pay. And they got someone, Guy Paul Morin, 23, quiet dude, lived next door, played the clarinet, kept to himself. Christine's own mom accused him of having a creepy interest in her daughter. Just like that, Morin became suspect number 1. Actual hard evidence, basically zilch. First trial in 1986 jury was confused by all the shaky evidence and let him walk. But the Crown wasn't having it. Second trial in 1992. This time, Guy Paul Morin got hit with first-degree murder, life behind bars, an innocent man locked up for a crime he didn't commit, for real. But people didn't give up on him. The Justice for Guy Paul Morin Committee kept fighting. 1995 brand-new DNA testing proved beyond any doubt Morin was innocent. January 23, 1995. After 10 years of hell, he was officially exonerated. His words, "I knew I didn't do it. I did not kill Christine Jessup. DNA cleared me. 100%. The case became a turning point for how Canada handles wrongful convictions. But the real question still stood: if it wasn't Morin, then who? 2020. Genetic genealogy linked crime scene DNA to a man named Calvin Hoover. Hoover, a friend of the Jessup family, someone Christine trusted. He knew the family's plans that day. He knew Christine would be home alone. And the most bone-chilling part, after Christine went missing, Hoover helped search for her, hiding in plain sight. And cops, they never once questioned him. In 2015, Calvin Hoover took his own life and took every last secret with him to the grave. Nobody knows why he did what he did. Nobody knows if there were other victims. 5 cases, 5 stories. One thing in common: the truth was never fully told. Some mysteries don't get solved by time. They just hang there in the dark, waiting. Thanks for rocking with me on this one. Stay safe out there, y'all. Catch you in the next one.